Okay, this is where the tub used to be. We already took the tile off the wall and pulled the tub out. This is a drain, and it went from a 2-inch pipe to a 1.5 inch. Now I'm going to have to convert it back. So what we have here, let me show you. Since it was a tub, it had the 2 holes there, so I need to change that out and fix it so that it fits on the shower. We're going to put the pan in and see if it goes to the same spot, and then we'll go from there. Okay. We're going to figure out how to get our pan in here and check it out and see how close we are to where we need to be. So shower pan next. You can see this is a right-hand drain. So this is our shower pan. That's okay, with the shower pan being in there, as you can see, our drain is not exactly where it needs to be, so I'm going to have to move it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. We are going to move that and make it line up and change it to a 2-inch. That's our shower pan. Okay, so next we're going to pull the shower pan back out, and we're going to cut out the drain and replace it with a different one and make it fit perfect. Okay, now if you look down here, this is all glued in together, so I'm going to cut it off here and replace that whole thing with a 2-inch pipe. I will be using my saw here. We're going to cut this one off. There. This is what we're going to be replacing. We're going to replace that. That's 2-inch on that end, 1.5 on this side. So we're going to, here we have to replace all of this. So I'm going to just fix a whole new set, and we will look at that and we will make a new one. Okay, next thing I need to do is I need to take this and I need to make a new one. I have parts here, so I'm going to put it together and I'll be right back with my new one. But the difference is, this part I am going to remove that because I don't need this second hole here. I just need the drain, but from here to here I need it to be 2-inch. So that's what I'm going to replace right now. See, to replace it, I'm going to be using Christie's PVC Solvent Cement Handy Pack. It's got everything you need in there to do your gluing, and that should last a really long time. Okay, now you can see this is the old one. This is the new one that I'm making that's going to go in. So now I just have to go and glue it onto the inside and make sure it fits the hole, and we'll be on our way. Okay, there's my new pipe that I put in. And so I'm going to show you underneath it, because I got to pull it up and I got to redo my rocks. I just put it like that to make sure it was where I wanted it to be. It's all glued in and ready to go. I have to cut it off. It's a little bit long right now, so I will cut it off later. Okay, there's my new piping. As you can see, it's 2 inches all the way through and through, and coming up through the top. So I have to put rocks in there to fill in the rocks. I'm going to put my rocks back in and then put concrete over the top. Okay, there we put our rocks back in. It's about 3.5 to 4 inches of space above the rocks that where I'm going to be pouring concrete. So we'll fill in the space with concrete. I'm going to get concrete and pour that and fill it in and let it set, and we'll be ready to move on to the next step. Okay, I am going to mix concrete. I'm going to mix up some concrete, and there's my concrete. I'm going to mix that up with some water, pour it off in there. I'm going to pour it in so I can set my pipe. Everything will be in concrete, and so let's put some water in and get to it, and I'll show it to you right after I get my concrete in there. Okay, I decided that I needed a bigger bucket to mix my concrete. So I'm going to use a bigger bucket. Okay, there we go. It's a bigger bucket. I'll have more space to work with when I'm mixing it up. And that should make all the difference in the world. So we're going to mix it up now, and I'll show it to you after I pour it in the hole. Okay, this is what I'm using to fill the hole for my drain. I use a half a bag of Quickcrete. This is a 50-pound bag. I'm going to use roughly half of it. So let's do it. Okay, as you can see, I have filled my hole up with concrete, and we're going to let that set. And once that dry, then we'll go into our leveling mode of leveling the rest of the shower floor. But right now, we're going to wait for our concrete to dry around our drain pipe, and we will continue later. After I poured my concrete, I set my shower pan in there just to make sure that my drain pipe was coming right up through the center of it. And so I had adjusted maybe a 1/16 of an inch, maybe. But anyway, I'll set it there and let it dry. And once it dry, we'll move on to our self-leveling and get everything level and go from there. Okay, I have finished filling up my little box with concrete, and as you can see, there's a ring around my pipe there. And what I use for that's my 2-inch drain pipe. Here I have a 3-inch pipe that I put over it when I was pouring my concrete to give me that little gap, and that filled in gave me that little gap around there that I needed. I'm not sure if you need it, I just wanted it, but that's what I did. Now what we're going to do, we have the rest of the shower here that we are going to put our self-leveling concrete to smooth everything out. So I'm going to mix that up and pour it in and get it all level. Okay, here you can see that now we've poured our self-leveling concrete, and now we just have to wait a few hours and let it dry. Then we'll be ready to set our shower pan in and work on the walls. Okay, this is 4 hours later. My self-leveling concrete is in and working great. Everything looks good. Again, I have a 3-inch pipe here covering my drain, and so that's it. Now when I take the big pipe out, I actually put Vaseline around the bottom of it so that the concrete would not stick to the pipe. So I will pull that out now. And there we have it. I pulled it out, and as you can see, sure you can, if I put it here, maybe you can see where there's a little bit of grease on it. But that's how I kept it from sticking to the concrete. And now that that's done, we look off in here. You can see that I have a little space all the way around. That way my drain from the shower pan everything will fit perfect once I cut the pipe off. Okay, now that we have put our self-leveling concrete, we want to check our level, make sure it's okay. So let's take we have a 4-foot level here. We'll put it at an angle and we'll check it and see what do we have here. Look at that. The bubbles. Can you see that bubble? Bubbles in the middle. So we're doing very well. Now let's put it at a different angle. Let's go this way. We'll go the other way now. And we'll check it again. See, what do we have? And everything is level from corner to corner. I must say that is a very nice job. The self-leveling concrete works great. That makes everything so much better. Now that our drain pipe is set in concrete and everything, we're going to pull up the shower pan, and at that point we're going to cut the pipe off level with the floor. Okay, we're going to pull the shower pan up. Now that we have our shower pan up, we're going to cut that off level with the floor. Cut our drain pipe off level with the floor. There we go. That's the one that we're going to be cutting. I am putting my shower pan back in there because earlier it seemed like it was not quite level. So I took out my drain connection and now I'm putting it in. It is level. Okay, it was not level before, and I'm going to show you why. I think I need to make the hole underneath in the concrete a little bit bigger for my drain. And I had this was there, and what we have is these little grips, or whatever they call them, was hitting on the concrete and making it not level. So now we're going to pull our pan back out so that we can check the drain by the hole by the drain. Okay. Now that we have our drain out, our shower pan out, this is, let's get down closer to the hole. and see if that's the problem. This one, when I was there, see that? It's not going down flush. There's a gap underneath it. Therefore, I need to make my hole a little bit wider so that this will go all the way, so that this one will go, it's a little fuzzy, but I need to go flush with the floor when I put it down. So we're going to make the hole a little bit bigger. Alright, here we go. We need to make that a little bit bigger. I don't need that much space. Just take your time. Doesn't need to be very deep. Just want to make sure we go all the way around. That might be enough. We will try it. Almost. There we go. Perfect. That will work. That will go down flat, exactly where we need it to go. Just clean it up a little bit here and okay. That will do it. So when we put this back on our shower pan and tighten it up, if I put it on there, right? Put it here. That'll tighten up on there. On the shower pan, it'll fit down over here and it should go all the way in that hole. I'm going to clean out the other stuff in there because I don't need it, and I'll be back. Okay, now we've gone around there. What I found out is next time when you do it, or when you get ready to put your drain pipe in, instead of a 3-inch pipe to go around it, get a 4-inch pipe and you have the perfect space. So I had to go and chip a little bit away so I'd have a little bit more room. Okay, now we're going to cut our pipe pretty much level with the floor. It'll be pretty close. I'm going to use this paint Sarah to keep me level and straight. And we'll use this guy right here. That will get it. Almost got it. And one more time from the back. Okay, there we go. We're done with this piece, so everything should get in there just great now. I will set the pan down on there so you can see what we're working with. There we go. And as you can see, that's doesn't get much better than that. That is a great fit. Now it's just a matter of finishing up, putting everything together and making it work. Again, that's our drain pipe. So now we will continue once we get our silicone to seal everything up. That is going to be a great looking shower when it's finished. Everything is falling into place like it's supposed to. Okay, we are installing this today. So I'm going to put silicone around here. Put it in, and I have washers that go in the back of it. There's the rubber washer, and also one paper washer, which there's the paper washer here. And what it does is when it goes on, the paper washer will allow me to tighten up the rubber washer against that. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to take silicone, kitchen and bath. So this is the one we're using. So we're going to put it here. We're going to put a generous bead of it all the way around. Nice big bead all the way around, because we want to get a really good seal on it once we tighten it up. So we'll get our bead all the way around.
You're talking to who?
Now, as you can see, we have our bead. We have a bead going all the way around. So now what we're going to do with that to make sure that we get a good seal, it goes on the other side of this guy. I'll pull it up. It will go in right here. And I'll press that in. Now what I have to do, make sure I get a really good seal. We're going to take our rubber, our gasket, and put here. Then we take our paper one, which is going to allow us to press the gasket in. And we get this, we'll put this one on here, and we'll screw it on. And we make sure it's in the middle here. And we'll tighten this up with our hands as much as we can. Okay, now once we get that, we're going to take our channel locks here, open them up all the way so we can get a grip on this, and we are going to tighten it up. Get it nice and tight. Okay, I think that's about as tight as we'll be able to get it. We don't want to break anything. I think we're about there. Okay, that is it. We got that tight. Now we'll turn around and clean off the other side. I will show you that. Okay, this is the other side of it. And as you can see, there's a little bit of have a little bit around there, a little bit that's squeezing out. We're going to clean that off. We're going to get paper towel. We'll get our paper towel and clean it off. Then we're going to get some alcohol and finish cleaning this off once we get it. Okay, I think normally we just get regular rubbing alcohol here, which is what I'm going to be using. And normally you would want to spray it on, but since I don't have a spray, I'll pour it onto here and wipe around to clean off the excess. Okay, that is all of the excess cleaned off, and we're ready to set it down and make sure everything's level. Okay, now we're checking. We have it in and ready. There's a slight bit of movement, so what I have to do is I'm going to check that point right there. It's level, so I have shims. I'm going to put in my shims to make sure that it stays level, and I'm going to put one here. Perfect. And I'm going to put one about every foot just to make sure it's okay about there. Nothing's moving. Put another one here. I think I need one more. These are plastic shims, and they'll keep it sturdy, keep it from moving. I need to put one more on this end. Okay, one more shim on the end. That's it. It's beautiful. Nothing is moving. It's perfect, perfect. That's perfect. So now I am going to finish installing my drain. Okay, now to fix our drain here. First we take this piece out. We have a rubber ring that goes around the pipe, and it should slide down in there. Then we'll screw it down and tighten it up. Just get that all the way around the pipe. Needs a little encouragement. Pull it out and try it again. I think that my okay, it's better. It's almost in. Get that down as far as I can. Take our time, we don't want to tear the rubber. Can't rush perfection. Once we get that in as far as like that, this goes here, and that will help push it down and keep it tightened up. I still feel like I need to try to push it down a little bit more. I think we just about got it where we want it. Okay, now let's put it in there. What I want to do now, just to make sure that I have this little thing is to help tighten it up, but I want to put something in the hole to make sure I don't drop it in there, in the drain. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to get some paper towel. I think I should be able to stuff it with paper towel and that should hold it. Okay. See how we can do this and keep it. That should work. This fits in these little slots. Then you get a screwdriver put here to tighten it up. Okay, that is snug, that is beautiful. Now, just as a precaution, I'm going to put some more silicone around this little edge. And that's just me, not that it has to be done, but I would just being extra careful just to make sure that there's no leaks. Okay, now I'm back. We have that installed, so now we're going to do, I want to put a bead around here, silicone. It's not something that's necessary, it's just something that I want to do. Get it all the way around. Okay, now that I got it there, what I'm going to do is take my finger and make it nice. Now, take some paper towel, wipe that off. I think I need to get my knife and go around the inside edge just to get a little roughness off of it. But everything's looking great. Okay, we got our knife. Now we're gonna just kind of go around the edge just to smooth it out a little bit. A couple little things there I didn't really like. Okay, now that I've done that, I gotta go back and use my finger again and make nice with it. Okay, there we go. It's done. Okay, our next move, have this guy. Now we have to peel it off. We'll have to peel this one off and just put it on there. We're done. At least with the drain anyway. Look at that. Got the seal on it. Okay. We'll get all of this off. Just take your fingernail, or if you can get close enough with it. It's a little tough, but there we go. And that just snaps in. There we go. It's all nice and pretty. It's ready to go. It's a lovely, beautiful thing. I don't think it would have been any better if I had done it myself. Oh, I did do it myself. No wonder it can't get any better. Now I have these little things. They fit over the edge of the pan, and I have to screw it to the studs. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Going to start here. We're going to screw them to all of the studs. Okay, I am going to put these all the way around and screw them to the studs. This will make sure everything stays in place. I'm going to use 1.5 inch drywall screws for this. That will hold it. I got a few of them to put in here. So I have a few. This should hold everything in place. I'm going to do this guy first. right along now. Put some on this other end over here. Break them off of here. Let's get them all over here out of the way. Start here. Let's put one here on this end. And you have to push that down some. There we go. Perfect. Then there'll be another one here. Okay, put some screws in here. Got her in there. And we got a couple more. This just holds it in place to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Guess I'll put one here, one on each one of these. And I'll need to put one there. There we go. That should be all that we need to hold her in place. Three more, and we can call it a day as far as that. Last one. Last one. At least supposed to be. Okay, there we go. It is done. Our next step is we're going to start putting in our board, our backer board, and start closing everything up.